6 o'clock in the morning, and the weather's not too bad out at Arlington Reef. It's blowing 16 knots at the moment, so I'm gonna give it a go. I'm gonna give it a go at getting to Fitzroy Island, which from here is about 20 nautical miles. I'm on my way out the river. Here's all the pile moorings over here. And you've got a few moorings and anchor boats, and then the entrance. Not much wind at the moment in here, so I'm gonna motor out. If it's too windy, I'll come back, but I need to empty the loo. Heading past the marina. Passing my favourite boat. He's a school teacher. It's got an electric engine in it. Drives a big motorbike, and he gets to work on a electric scooter. It does 25 k's an hour. Started off at 6. It's just 7 o'clock and we're leaving Cairns behind. Still got the motor on. There's not much wind here, and it's basically nearly dead behind me on the way out the channel, so I'm gonna keep it going. Otherwise I'd only be doing 3 knots, and I'd like to do 5. Amazing, we've just got out of the blue. I can turn now and just show you how far out of Cairns we are. And that is a reef over there. We can go there if we wanted, but I'm gonna head for Fitzroy, where I can go for a walk towards Cairns, so you can just see how far it is out. Beating to windward again for the second time on the trip, but I assure you I've got to get used to it. Well, this is Australia again here. I put a tack in, and we're slowly making our way up the coast. I'm doing about 5 knots when I'm sailing the boat, and got to go about now. Five hours on from Cairns. We're just arriving at Fitzroy Island. The wind's basically from where the camera is, so I've taken the jib down and we're motoring in because it's the wind is very fickle at the moment. This catamaran came in, and it's come all the way from Noosa with a couple on. Looking over this side of the island, I think there's 7 national park buoys, and then all the rest of the boats are anchored in anything from 10 meters of water up to about 15. Quite a few of these boats came from the south today. It's the first decent day we've had where it's been under 20 knots of breeze. And it's just coming up to 8 o'clock in the morning, and I've looked at the weather forecast, and at Arlington Reef, which is about 5 k's out to sea, it's blowing 15 knots from the southeast. And from the weather forecast, that I believe that it may drop a little bit, but not much. 15's about the top limit for me to go to windward comfortably, and I'm going to give it a go. I scrubbed the bottom off last night, which was a bit of a mission, I didn't get it all done. In the end I was buggered, so I'm gonna head off with what I've got, clean the propeller, and I reckon I've cleaned about half of the bottom, I reckon. But you know, I couldn't do any more. That was, I was too tired. It's like doing underwater aerobics. There's the resort there, which is Fitzroy. Very nice kind of hotel complex. And over here in the center of the screen is the kind of day bar, which it could do with a revamp, to be honest. Well, I've got out of the lee of the island and we're going pretty good. Got one reef in the main. I think it's blowing about 15 knots. At the moment we're heading for Mulgrave River. I don't want to go there, but that's where we're pointing. Russell Island, which is Normanby, and Russell are a bit further round, about 10 degrees past the bow. So we're doing really well, really. The southeaster, and we're making headway, hopefully. Haven't touched the helm since we left Fitzroy, and we're going pretty well. Doing about 4.3. That's High Island over there, and you might be able to see a smudge just behind it, and that's Normanby. Anyway, we're going to try and make that today. Half an hour now, and we've got Fitzroy Island abeam. I'm just going to make myself a little nest over here and read John Grisham's The Summons. I've nearly finished it. I've got about 30 pages to read, so that's about nearly 2 hours reading for me, because I'm very slow. And there's nothing in front, and I'll just have my phone down here with Navionics on, and it'll tell me how I'm going. And there's no boats, and I'm out the shipping lane, so I'm not going to hit any ships either. There you go, we're cracking on. 2 hours we've been sailing now, and Fitzroy is about 7 nautical miles behind. Speeding up the coast at about 17 knots to southeasterly, I think, at the moment, and that's High Island. And somewhere behind that is Muralin Harbour. See, there's a bloody rock there. And this is on the screen there. Just got to stay out that blue. Closer than I want to go to this island, but I'd have to tack, and I don't want to tack and get by it. Russell Island abeam. I was going there, I was just heading there just now, and I got knocked, and I thought, well, bugger it, I'll carry on to Muralin Harbour. Coming up to Russell Island again. Luckily for me, there's one buoy left, so I haven't got to anchor. So I'm going to head up there for that buoy. marine parks must be over here. Checking out a few things and cleaning up the campsite. Going past the Catalina 36. Felix. I've had 2 days now. I went from Cairns to Fitzroy, here to Russell. Tomorrow I hope to go to Dunk Island. But the boat's going really well, but I'm not. I've got a sore bottom, my tailbone, you know, from going to windward all the time, just rubbing even if I've got a cushion there, I've got a sore bottom. So I'm going to try and get to Dunk Island and then have a bit of a rest. I'd like to thank everybody that's bought me a beer on the trip on the way up, and those that have watched the movies all the way up and haven't bought me a beer. It'd be nice if you supported my channel and bought me a beer, because all these 15-minute videos usually take about 8 hours to edit. But I'm not getting off the boat here. I'm too tired, so I'll get going again in the morning. That's if the wind's in the right direction. If it isn't, I'll hold up here for a couple of days. Well, cheers everybody. At Russell Island in North Queensland. It's 4:30 in the morning, and I looked on my phone at the weather stations, and Arlington Reef, it's blowing from the east-southeast, and the rest along the coast it's not blowing very much at all. Some are inland, so they're saying they're blowing from the west and this, that and the other. Anyway, I can only take really Arlington. It's about 15 miles away, and when I look outside it does look like it's from the east-southeast when I look up at my wind vane. So it's a good wind for me, so I'm going to try and head off. The plan is that I've got Moorland Harbour, which is only about 15 or 16 nautical miles, maybe 20 away, and then 40 away I've got Dunk Island. I'd really like to get to Dunk Island, where I can anchor and go ashore, go for a walk, and it's quite safe there. If I stay here, I just don't like it if I'm on my own, you know. I've only got to have the engine breakdown, and you're in the open sea here, and you could get blown anywhere, even in your rubber dinghy with oars. It'd be pretty hard to get back to your boat if it's blowing. Anyway, I'm off now. I won't be able to film it because it's in the bloody dark, but as soon as it's first light I'll tell you how I'm getting on. Yeah, this is the state of the boat at the moment, which is not too bad. Even Doreen would be quite happy to come into this and get up to this in the morning. I've been going about an hour. When I left Russell, I ended up, as soon as I got out of the lee of the island, I was in 20 knots of breeze, so I was having to sail this thing like a dinghy. Main right out, keep the jib in, you know, and I was cracking along. But now, last 20 minutes, the wind's died off and we're in a load of slop, doing about 3 knots now. The sun's coming up. I hope the slop goes away, and I might even get the Genoa out today. I'm not sure. I'm gonna wait another half an hour because there's a bit of a cloud up there. See if any wind comes out of that before I take the reef out. we're making, not going very fast, the wind's dropped. I don't think those clouds over there are going to bring the wind, so I'm going to take the reef out. I've got my reefing line ready to go. Stand up here and get rid of these, pull these reefing lines through a bit. Sail down a bit now. Get it off the old reefing crimple.
Well, I've got that done. There's not much wind.
We're sailing along quite nicely. Just noticed I've got my jig tube hanging from the other side over. I'll pull that in a minute. Got my main up, full main. And we're doing about 5 knots, I reckon. It says 5.9, but I don't believe it at the moment. I think it's overreading. Very strange, the weather at the moment. We were going really well on the other tack, and then all of a sudden, bang, we got a wind shear, and now we got no wind. Anyway, I put the motor on because it's very sloppy, can't sail in this, and we're heading south. Over there is, centre of the screen is Kent Island. That's where I anchored on the way up. Round here in the centre of the screen is Merlin Harbour. I'm still thinking of going in there if the wind in the next hour, we don't get any wind. I'll just tack and go in there. Call it a day. It's kind of, it goes from warm to cold with the air. I'm just going to keep going till I go under this cloud, which is not very far away, and we'll see what wind we've got then. You know, the wind shifts through about 20 degrees at the moment. I can be sailing one way and then sailing the other. It's now 10:30 and we're going to go for Dunk Island. It's only 15 miles to go, and we're going quite quick, so should be there 3 hours maybe. Yeah, we're having a fair sail, so enough getting the stuff out to make this. Anyway, going well. I think it's a south. I think it's an east-southeast at the moment. I think it's an east-southeast. We're heading along at about 6.5 knots. Eating my sandwich. Everything is good. Just a view out the back. It's 1 o'clock and we're just about to take the sails down and find somewhere to anchor at Dunk Island. It's a great island. It's got warm showers in the campground and it's got really good walks.